In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of the Manuscrito Blancos, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, and welcome to the #1 source for unbiased and honest reviews here on YouTube. And today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of Manuscrito Tequila. We're going to be doing the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 tasting and review and talking about these tequilas and how they're made. These tequilas were provided by the brand for an honest, unbiased review. There's no favoritism. They know when they supply these that I'm going to be doing an honest and unbiased review, and I'll tell them what I think about their tequilas. So let's not waste any time. Let's talk about how these tequilas are made. All right, so Manuscrito is made at NOM 1643, which is located in the Jesus Maria area of Arandas. The name of the distillery is El Sabino. They make a couple of other good brands out of this distillery as well. Now, for this particular brand, they use single estate agave, grown up there in the Los Altos region. They wait until they're about 6 to 8 years old, which makes sure that there's lots of those good starches that we want converted to sugars in the piñas. They process the tequila, the agave properly, so they remove the colillas, and then they cook for 2 days in brick hornos. So after they're done cooking, they let them rest for 24 hours, let them cool down so the crew can handle them without burning themselves, and then they process them. Extract the sugars using a roller mill, and then after they're done extracting the sugars with the roller mill, they ferment in stainless steel tanks, in open stainless steel tanks, and using native yeast. So after fermentation is complete, they then twice distill in copper pot stills, and they produce 2 chapters, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And basically the only difference is Chapter 1 is 42.5% ABV, and Chapter 2 is 51.55% ABV. So you can actually taste the difference between a tequila that's diluted versus a higher proof tequila, which should deliver 2 kind of different flavor profiles. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the tasting portion and see what these tequilas are all about. All right, so now it's time for the tasting portion, and we're going to start with the Chapter 1 Blanco. So we'll go ahead and the artificial cork. Good seal on it, so you don't have to worry about it leaking or evaporation or anything like that, which is good. So we'll go ahead and pour it into my Denver and Liley agave glass, my preferred glass for evaluating tequila. So we taste with our eyes, our nose, and our mouth. So first we're going to do is take a look at it in the glass. So looking at it in the glass, it coats the glass beautifully. Look at those legs and tears coming down the glass. So it's got a nice, thick, viscous mouthfeel to it. Look at that. Looks beautiful. And then looking at the color of the tequila, it's crystal clear. No floaties in it. Silver streaks of light going through it. Looks beautiful. All right, so next we're going to check our nose and do our check for aromas and nosing of this to see what we get on the nose. Ooh, nice, rich, sweet cinnamon in it. And baking spices are coming through. Little hint of grassiness in there. But that sweet cinnamon and baking spices and little citrus too that you get from those Los Altos agave are definitely coming through strong and clear on this. It smells beautiful. It smells wonderful. All right. So now we're going to taste and see what we get on the tasting notes. Now, this is my first sip of tequila for the day. So, of course, whenever you're first trying a tequila and you haven't had anything to drink previously, you always want to prepare your mouth and tongue and gums and everything for a 40% or more tequila. So that's what we're going to do. Since this is 42.5%, we're going to prep our mouth for it before we even start looking for any flavors or anything, okay? Because the first sip's always going to burn as your mouth gets acclimated to alcohol. So we're going to do that first. You're not going to look for any flavors or anything. Just wait for everything to kind of get acclimated. And then you'll find you won't get that burning sensation in your mouth if you do this beforehand. Too many people judge on the first sip without having anything beforehand, and that's a bad way to do it. All right, we're good to go. Salud. Coats the mouth beautifully. Nice oily mouthfeel to it. Really sweet cinnamon and baking spices are coming through like nutmeg and cloves, which is what you really want to look for in a good Blanco tequila, because that really honors the agave. And there's not a whole lot of fermentation notes in it, which I like. It means that there's a cleaner fermentation. So I get sweet cinnamon and baking spices, a little salinity from the mineral water coming through, slight black pepper notes in there, some orange citrus notes are coming through as well. And that's it. Pretty clean. I'm not getting any anise licorice notes or anything like that, which means they didn't push the yeast too hot and it didn't cause any off flavors to it. This is pure agave goodness. This is really nice. This is the 42.5%, and it's really enjoyable, easy to sip. So for those of you that like to use the word, I don't like it, but some of you like to use it, it's very smooth. It's really easy to sip and enjoyable. This would pair nicely with some sushi and some other things with more light, delicate flavors. And I'm going to do a cool video for you guys soon, so make sure you subscribe on some things that you can actually pair with tequila that would really enhance the flavor profile and enhance your experience with it. But this is really nice Blanco, the 42.5%. It'd be great for making margaritas with. You'd really get a nice agave presence in your margaritas using this. Just don't want to use too many sweet syrupy syrups and stuff in it. You want to use really nice natural juices and stuff in your margarita for the optimum flavor profile. But this is really nice. How would I rate this? I'd give it a solid 4 agave for this. So now let's go check out the 51.55% ABV. We're going to pull up a different glass and see what that one's got for us. All right, so here's the 51.55, the chapter 2, the black label. So you don't have to buy both. You can buy one or the other. If you want the lower proof, get chapter 1. If you want the higher proof, get to chapter 2. I tend to be more of a higher proof person because higher proof means más sabor, more flavor, especially more of that agave flavor. So if the first one at 42.55 has a lot of agave, this one should too. And that's what I look for. A really good Blanco should not have any funky fermentation notes to it and off flavors and stuff like that. It should just be pure agave goodness right up in your face. That's what you should look for. That's what I look for. Because too many people can do off flavors and stuff in it to make it funky and weird, but that's not necessarily good. You know, you want to honor the agave. You want it to be about the agave, because the agave grows for 6 to 8 years, right? All right, so looking at this one in the glass, we'll move the other one out of the way here. All right, so looking at this one in the glass, coats the glass beautifully. Look at it. See the legs and tears starting to form on it? So it's going to have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it too. He's taking a little longer for this to break. There it goes. So it looks beautiful. Looking at the tequila itself, crystal clear. Little hints of silver dashing through it. Looks beautiful. Okay, on the nose on this one, really rich, sweet cinnamon and baking spice, nutmegs and cloves coming through. Hint of citrus and black pepper. There's more grassiness, more like vegetal grassiness in the 42.5% than there in this one. But that's okay, because I like it when it's more sweet cinnamon and baking spices from the cooked agave and stuff. This one smells beautiful. It smells amazing. So let's see if we get on the flavor profile. Salud. Oh, wow. This is really good. It just hits you in the mouth with this super sweet cinnamon and baking spice, nutmegs and cloves. Super rich, nice oily mouthfeel to it. Some nice citrus notes coming through on it. A little hint of black pepper. Very clean. And that sweet cinnamon note just rides on the tongue all the way through to the finish, and it sits on the finish for a while. This one's got a longer finish on it than the 42.5% does. And it still get that really nice cinnamon. And if you've ever eaten cooked agave out of the oven, you really look for that sweet cinnamon and the baking spice notes as you're chomping on that piece of agave with those fibers and stuff and getting all those beautiful sugars and stuff out of the cooked agave. This is beautiful. This is a really nice high proof Blanco. Probably one of my favorites I've tasted this year. Absolutely amazing. I would give this one a solid 4.5 agave. So this one I like more than the 42.5%. I definitely recommend it if you're somebody that loves the flavor of cooked agave and somebody that loves a really good, pure, well-fermented, well-produced, high-proof Blanco. The Chapter 2 fits the bill wonderfully. Really nice. I definitely recommend it. This one's going to be sitting on my shelf for sure. Solid high-proof Blanco. Well, there you go. If you liked the information included in this video, make sure you click the thumbs up and give me a like. If you're new to the channel, bienvenido. Welcome. Welcome to the Tequila Hombre community. You've come to the right place if you're looking for unbiased, honest reviews like this one. I don't get paid to do reviews. I don't accept money from brands to do reviews and do commercials. For me, it's more about letting you know what I would pick and what I would stay away from as far as tequilas go in my vast experience of drinking lots of tequilas. I can give you some good insight into what I would pick and what I wouldn't, and give you the idea of what the flavor profiles are like, because sometimes the flavor profiles may suit you more than they suit me, which is perfectly fine. I'll never bash a brand, but I will tell you if it's something that doesn't fit my flavor profile. And if that's what you're looking for, then make sure you click the subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time I post a new, honest, unbiased review or informational video. Now, I do have the reposados on these as well, and I will be reviewing them soon, so make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you can check out the review on the reposados as well. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So hey, if you wanted to pick up the Manuscritos, you'll be picking up some really tasty, good quality tequilas. Salud. Bye, guys.